What's up, guys? Brendan from Market Makers. It is Thursday, 1 o'clock Eastern Time. My friends, I had to re-record this video about Bitcoin because I was going to show you how Bitcoin could pump out of the descending triangle I showed you last video based on the pump candles in the SPX and the NASDAQ from the Fed news, okay? The market, mainly retail, rallied the markets. And as I was recording it, what happened? We hit the 1618 extension on the Black Swan, and the market started to dump and reverse. So I had to re-record this. Now, the SPX is stronger than the NASDAQ, okay? Look at the NASDAQ 100. One candle, one 4-hour candle, boom. All this liquidity was reclaimed from this pump candle almost all the way down, okay? We got back down to this chop, and you can see where it's finding support. So I'm re-recording this video to make it current. We have to look at the actual patterns Bitcoin's trading in, okay? And I want to show you this. So you guys remember this? This is back in, this is a three valleys pattern. This is a 4-hour time frame zoomed out, right? So November 10th is when this falling wedge started. Oh, real quick, let me take a pause. Guys, please smash the like button. Help me out in the algorithm. Get us out there. Really would appreciate it. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, okay? So everybody was talking about this falling wedge in YouTube, and it breaks to the upside 2 out of 3 times. Very bullish pattern, right? Everybody. This was back on November 10th all the way up to like December 2nd, right? So if you guys remember, I didn't have a falling wedge. What did I have? I had a descending triangle again, and I was basing it on current trend. Okay, current trend, not the big zoomed out picture, but current trend. But that's not what I want to show you. Do you know why the market dumped? If you're not familiar with the other marketplaces, guys, this dump was about 30%. Okay, it was like 28.9. It's close to 30%. Let me go ahead and just grab it from this top box here. Show it to you. 28, where do we get down to 41? Yeah, about 28, 29%, okay? So this market dumped because the SPX dumped 3.49%. And within 48 hours, Bitcoin dropped almost 30%. Basically, 8, 9, almost 10x multiple, okay? So you got to understand this. So this is a bullish pattern that's supposed to break to the upside, but I found a descending triangle in the current trend that I shared with you guys on YouTube, but everybody thought this was doing this. This market tracks to the stock market. You have to understand that the stock market is where all the big money is, the institutional investors, the whales, the hedge funds, okay? This was a risk-off move on Bitcoin, and it dumped. Risk off means when portfolio managers and asset managers look at the assessment of what they're holding and remove risk from it. Okay, so that was a risk off move. Now we've been currently in this trend. I know one of my admins that he does awesome TA. And sometimes we have dueling TA, and he was showing me a macro falling wedge, and I'm seeing that on YouTube as well, where people are drawing trend lines showing this is just a huge falling wedge. You know, I was going to show you that falling wedge, but because of what's happening in the stock markets, I want to show you the zoomed in view once again. Okay, here's our dump, just so you guys can keep up with me. Here's our dump. There's our 41,310 down there. This is the current trend of Bitcoin in a descending triangle. What does that mean? It means you have a descending top and a flat bottom, multiple touch points on each, okay? Now on top of that, you have a compression pattern going. You see this number? 11.3%. You got down right here to 5.98%. So price compressed by like 40%, and you could see another wave, and that wave would bring you down to less than 4%. How would you see that wave? Price would drop, come back up, and then hit this wave, okay? And at that point, you're done. I think you're just coming out. Anytime you start getting below 5%, you get to 3%, 2%. It's usually when you shoot out of the triangle up or down. The compression itself isn't a bias, okay? The direction of the compression, the shape that you're trading in is the bias. So to me, this still looks like we are breaking down. You could be breaking down as soon as you come out of this wave, okay? Because you're already at 5.98% for how tight the candles are. And that's a 40% reduction from where you were. So again, the target, the price target here for this move, the measured move out of the descending triangle, is 41.5, okay? The base where we found support, you can see right here, is 41,310. So this is a really, really crucial area. Let me grab my Bob Ross brush. This is a really crucial area for Bitcoin. It has to hold here. If it doesn't and goes to test 39, that's the market. You have to hold 39x. If you lose 39x, you are in a catastrophic bear cycle, okay? And I don't think necessarily that's going to happen because the stock markets are still pretty healthy. But I wanted to show you how you could break out of this descending triangle based on the fact of the market pumps, okay? Because Bitcoin's been following the markets, because when they have good movements in the market and you have upward momentum in the market, they do a risk on and they'll start speculating in other risky assets, okay? But that's where you're at right now. In the bias, you could still break out to the upside. Like statistically, it's 1 out of 3 times. But this is such a heavy bias to the downside. Again, in play with what's happening in current time frame with the other markets. So again, looking at the 3 valleys pattern, that number to hold is over here. You have to hold Valley 2 or you break the primary trend, which is bullish. Current trend is bearish, primary trend is bullish. You will break that trend if you lose Valley 2, and then Bitcoin will just be making a series of lower highs. Going backwards here, let's look at the daily time frame. I don't know if you guys remember, a couple of videos ago I told you this as well. If you look at the 0.5 fib that we can't break, and you look at the 200 coming across, you have a descending triangle. You're trading in a Fibonacci descending triangle as well. This is really bearish price action when you look at this, okay? A lot of people don't look at the larger time frames. You have to understand what you're looking at here. I showed you this the last video. You only tried the 0.5 fib retracement twice. You got rejected from it, okay? You haven't tried it since. You haven't tried it since December 8th. These are daily candles. Not only that, you're just making lower highs every single daily candle. You're going to make another lower high today, okay? You're just making a series of lower highs and a series of lower lows. This, again, the bias is to fall out. There's that 41,310. This is where most likely you're going to test. Now, we have bullish patterns. We got bullish patterns down here we could get a reversal on, and those are posted in our room. And if you guys are interested in trading, learning how to trade Fibonacci patterns, learning how to use Fibonacci tools to be a prolific trader, come check out our room. The link is in the Discord description, okay? So let's go ahead and look at the weekly. Now, again, this is good that we're on the 0.5 fib here, but as you guys know, we have this neckline. So the problem with this neckline is, again, it's catastrophic for Bitcoin. So you have, let me go ahead and just draw this across. You have your left shoulder, your head, and if you print this right shoulder, which you already have 2 weekly candles now, this will be the 3rd weekly candle this week coming up. So if you print this right shoulder and you get downward momentum and break this neckline, your market structure target is 10,781. And again, confluence with the pattern target of 10,871 where Bitcoin would go back up. I don't think most people care about Bitcoin going up here. They don't want this to happen, right? So for this not to happen, do not break that neckline. If you start getting below this number here, again, 39x, you see that? This bottom candle here, 39, that's really cutting it close. I mean, you want to stay up, okay? That's why I keep saying don't lose this 0.5 fib because it's ascending. So price will just, over time, keep naturally ascending. You don't want to be at the very last dollar hoping that Bitcoin doesn't drop, okay? You know how much manipulation's in this market, so you have to be very, very careful. And in the Wyckoff box, guys, again, on the bullish side, we are holding the angel number, okay? Our Bitcoin pump from the market pump got us back up. We're above 47,772 in accumulation. So again, macro lookout. Primary trend is still bullish, okay? But we're getting very close to breaking down to test the bottom of the DARVAS box, which is a 41,310, and out of that descending triangle. So you got to be very, very cognizant of that and aware of that. Let's go to the 1 hour time frame and look where we are. When you look at things in different time frames for guys that are new to TA and girls that are new to TA, 1 hour time frame, this looks super bullish. I mean, doesn't it? When you're looking at the 1 hour time frame, you're looking at the 1 hour time frame, you're like, hey, this doesn't look too bad, right? You came down, you basically made a cup bottom, you got to move up. You got some highs here. Oh, you retrace some, but then you got another move up. You're moving up. But again, when you zoom out to the 4 hour, you can see the descending triangle. You zoom out to the daily, you see all the resistance above you, okay? So it's important to keep things in perspective because this looks bullish in the 1 hour time frame, but again, when you zoom out, it is not. That's the problem. So let's go ahead and look at our volatility resistance above us. Made some progress here. Still a lot of, I mean, this is all red. The problem is there's a lot of resistance here. Sorry, I got a lot of glare on my screen from the light. And let's see where we are on our DMA cloud. Went back to the bearish trend again on the DMA cloud. So, again, guys, current trend is going to be bearish. Let's see where Ichi is on the 1 hour. See, in the 1 hour, we got above Ichi, again, from these rises. But again, remember, we talk about this all the time, how important it is, the size and shape of clouds when it comes to Kumo trading, okay, cloud trading. So when you look at this, look at the shape, turn the wrong one off. Look at the shape of the cloud underneath you. I was trying to turn the DMA cloud off. So look at the shape of the cloud. Look how thin it is, okay? This shows you there's no support there. There's nothing here. So you can just fall right through it. You want thick, billowy clouds. So if you can hold up price, you can get a thicker cloud here, and you can start finding some more support, hopefully, okay? So, and on the 4-hour time frame, let's go see if it's still as bad on the 4-hour time frame. Let me find where I put it. 4-hour time frame. I think it's gonna be pretty similar, guys. I think that, all the clouds are gonna be on top of you. I'm gonna go ahead and throw Ichi on here. Yeah, so like I said, you tested 2 candles on the cloud, you got rejected. We took a short in our room. I posted a short last night. I took it myself as well, up here, right at the top of this box. Now we had a bearish pattern print as well, but that bearish pattern PRZ was up above the box, and I didn't think it was going to get there, so I went ahead and shorted it, and that looks something like this. Go ahead and draw. I don't have my magnet on, but it'll be pretty close. This was something like this. Okay, so that called for us to get out of the triangle, but we tried to get out of the triangle twice, again, reject it, and Bitcoin's been falling. So once again, nice short for the room, and this looks like to me it's going to come down and test the bottom again. And again, it may just fall right through, or we may get that last wave. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed this TA. Again, that BitGet tournament is coming up, a Market Makers BitGet tournament. It is private. You can join with the link in the video description. It gets you on the exchange, costs you absolutely nothing. You'll love the exchange, by the way. It gives you an opportunity to try out the exchange with the prize pool. I got literature coming in, flyers, banners, that type of stuff, and I'll start talking about it more when I have all the details for you. But go ahead and download BitGet. You can click the link, sign up. No VPN is needed, no KYC. You don't need an ID, only an email, and start unlocking your $630 in bonuses and get ready for a tournament. It's going to be a fun time, guys. All right, hope you have a great day, guys. Happy trading. Another video coming tomorrow.